see shit like that. As y'all know, I'm dick writing Interview with the Vampire, and they have a show that's connected to that that's on right now. It's shit. It doesn't make any sense. So maybe something with Interview with the Vampire. But yeah, that's it. Give me some witch shit, especially in this coming season. Halloween's coming. So yeah, those are my Those are my hopeful crossovers.
Cool. So for show, mine is one I've been advocating for years. We'll never get it, but it's fine. And it's Parks and Rec meets The Office.
Yo,
that
would be so fun.
I would love to see Leslie Knope and Michael Scott just go at it.
That would be so fun.
Just a conversation. It would be hilarious. Make Dwight deal with Andy. Fucking just
Dwight
so
would
much
lose
fun.
his shit.
So much fucking fun. I think it would be great. The comedy's there. It's gold. If we're going off movies, these ones I just think would be the most fun. So we got Transformers and Godzilla.
Nice.
Oh,
I think that would be a lot of fun. That'd be great.
Yeah.
We got Transformers and G.I. Joe coming out in 2026. There's a comic book out right now that ties those two together quite beautifully. So read that. But Transformers and Godzilla would be friggin' sweet. I didn't want to cuss right there. And then I'm going with Ghostbusters and Men in Black.
Oh, fun.
That would be good.
That would be pretty sweet. I don't know exactly how those two would tie together too well because Ghostbusters goes, aliens. But maybe, they run into something that they think is a ghost, but it's actually an alien that can just phase through shit, or is maybe in a different dimension and fucking with people.
Yeah.
So they need help from the Men in Black, this, that, and the other. That'd be great. I would have so much fun with it.
Space Ghosts.
Yes. Honorable mention of a movie that was supposed to come out but was never made, and that is 21 Jump Street and Men in Black.
Yeah.
That was actually supposed to be a crossover.
What?
Yep. That would have been phenomenal.
That would've
and
been
hilarious. Oh
That
my
would've
God.
been-
Yeah.
It would
Jonah
have been
Hill
so
and fucking
good.
could you
Channing
imagine
Tatum with Will Smith.
Yeah.
Oh my, the comedic gold of Channing Tatum and Will Smith
Yeah.
together. Just get me those two people in a movie, please and thank you, ASAP.
Yeah, that'd be
And then
funny.
this honorable mention comic book wise for my boy Wednesday Poll on Twitter. He is advocating for it for years. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has the largest crossover in comic book history, probably. They've crossed over with Power Rangers, Batman, possibly Naruto coming. I don't know if that's real or fake.
coming out. So excited.
They've crossed over with so many people. The one person that they've never crossed over with who they should, Daredevil.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles and Daredevil.
A
Do
ninja, a
crossover.
blind ninja,
The
and
Foot
Ninja
Clan
Turtles.
and the Hand.
Oh,
Exactly.
they haven't done that
They
yet?
have not done that.
That writes
my boy
itself.
on Twitter,
That's why I'm
Wednesday
kind of
Poll.
feeling like I feel like they. But if you're saying they didn't, then
No, my boy Wednesday Poll, he's a huge Ninja Turtle fan.
That
And he's
writes
very
itself.
upset that that is the one thing they've never collabed with. The one thing they've never collabed.
That
and,
literally writes itself. Like,
it literally
to make that
does.
happen.
Yeah. You can. The
Put that shit
Ninja
in
Turtles
AI,
had
just
that
let them
grittiness.
write- Just let the AI do it.
Well,
'cause,
the
like,
Ninja
it
Turtles
does so
had that.
easily.
No, get Tom King on it, maybe. Or, get Tom King
I'm
on
joking
it. That's
because
fine.
like it's
Yeah,
so
no.
fucking easy.
It's so easy.
to
But if
just
we want a
put
good story,
that
you
together.
need a good story on there. I'd
Yeah.
say Tom King. Or, I don't know, anybody. But he's the first one who came to mind. But anyway, you can have that grittiness of the original Ninja Turtles. And I think the recent Ninja Turtles is still gritty. I mean, Last Ronin was pretty gritty. But Daredevil's gritty. So it would beautiful. Work fantastically. I think that would be a great comic book crossover. And I would enjoy that. And then Spawn and Venom, since you brought up Spawn. I didn't even think about Spawn. Spawn and Venom.
That would be good.
They're doing a symbiote war right now.
Yeah.
So if they had Spawn symbiote in there somehow, that'd be so much fun because Todd McFarlane, got inspiration for Spawn through Spider-Man in many ways. I think I read somewhere that during a trial, they didn't know the race of Spider-Man. They just assumed he was white. And they're like, why can't he just be black under there? Why? So that's why he made Spawn black. But then immediately got rid of his skin by burning him alive. It was like, clearly this
Race doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. He's a hero regardless, even though he was a mercenary to begin with. But, those are my crossovers I'm running with. I feel like those are pretty strong ones.
Those are
I'm
good
excited.
ones.
Thank you. I thought about them today.
I like crossovers, but I've never really been good at like thinking of them because I don't watch a lot of like shows. I usually watch I don't watch like regular shows. I watch like anime and shit. But most anime is like world building to begin with. So it's like hard to imagine like
Yeah, I
a
couldn't.
different world in like within like you can't like really blend One Piece with Naruto because like there's already a Japan in One Piece.
They do
So
a
like
crossover.
there's like crossover, like they mention each other, but they're not like an actual crossover.
There is a crossover episode for anime, which had I think it was Goku, Luffy,
Goku,
and
I can't
that
remember.
one. I don't remember.
Yeah,
who
it
that
was
other
an
guy
anime
is.
and I don't watch, but it was like
Yeah.
a fighting anime.
Yeah.
Because I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. That's what I was.
That was interesting. And also the Full Metal Alchemist movie, if I'm not mistaken, is a crossover between the
Metal
two
Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist shows.
Okay.
They're set in different dimensions and they kind of cross over.
Yeah, see, like the only way in the like in a lot of this shit, like the only way where you could cross over is like for dimension. I'm not doing all that, but
I think you could do it pretty good with a couple of them. Like if you took Roni Kenshin with Gintama.
that could work. Or Black Clover with fucking Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah, like you could just say they're in a part of a land that they haven't gotten to yet because you wouldn't know how big the fucking planet
Yeah,
is.
but it's like it has to kind of be related.
It's really specific.
themes.
I think
I would
those-
think
those would be-
JJK and Chainsaw Man could be one.
You
Their
think so?
their rules are very similar. Devil,
Well, aren't
they
in
get
the
more
same
power the more energy towards
Yeah.
it.
writers or the studio?
No,
Also,
but they're
yeah.
just fans of each other.
Yeah.
As they were writing, they got inspired by each other.
Okay.
They're just very big fans of each other.
I will say this though, I know it's common in the comic books and like even the cartoon, but like I want to see a live action crossover of like X-Men with the fucking MCU like Marvel heroes. Like I want to see how they would interact with each other.
I'm excited.
like-
in the movies.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
in the actual movies and shit. Cause like I want to see like how cause like they're similar, but they're not.
no, the
and, like-
X-Men, like the X-Men are the found family. They're literally a found family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas the X-Men are essentially co-workers. We talked about this before about how certain people will handle certain things and stuff like that. And so how the X-Men handles world crises, it's very fucking different than how the Avengers handle world
Yeah.
crises.
Yeah.
Civil War, it's literally one of the main points in Civil War is like the X-Men, when they come to the hero registration shit, the X-Men are firmly against that
Yeah.
shit. Because like it's essentially the Mutant Registration Act just with superheroes, and it puts people on blast that don't need to be on blast.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, the Avengers are like, you know, yeah, put us on blast. We need sanctity,
Not all the
rules.
Avengers.
Not all of them,
I'm about to
but
say.
you know,
Depends.
Tony, and for the most part, Tony,
Yeah.
are like, you know, we need these blah 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 blah. So it's interesting.
Give them
Say-
armbands.
You got the Avengers versus the X-Men.
But that's a
God
good
damn
one
it.
though. I can't wait. I hope we get to see that in our lifetime. A good crossover and a good fight, a good disagreement between a good X-Men team and
Avengers versus
and
X-Men,
Avengers.
man.
I mean, yeah, that was a good one.
it was
actually
good.
I'm actually curious what that would look like because even Deadpool and Wolverine, like I think I said this on when we were reviewing it, like that was a Deadpool movie and Wolverine was just in it. Like it wasn't like
Yeah.
Wolverine
I
as
felt it was a
in the
Wolverine movie.
capacity of he wasn't Wolverine in that movie. Like he wasn't in the capacity of like
I get what you mean.
you get what I'm saying. Like
It was
I
a
want
Hugh
to
Jackman Wolverine.
yeah,
movie.
yeah. I
If
want to see
anything.
like the like they have different feels to them, so it's hard to imagine what they would be like in the same
Mhm.
like thing. But because like X-Men have like a very vigilante kind of feel
They
to
are.
them, and like they're
Yeah.
like these niggas are just in a mansion. Like, all right, let's go
Yeah,
handle this.
Because they're like I was saying, like they handle stuff very fucking differently. Their fight ain't necessarily an Avengers fight.
yeah, yeah, but then it's
Yeah, but the world fight is an X-Men fight.
Yes.
So any Avengers fight is an X-Men fight, but any
an
X-Men fight is not an Avengers fight.
Yeah.
So true.
Spit.
But they're changing now. Like
hey,
Tony Stark.
let them fight for themselves. That's what they wanted, right,
Well,
brother?
yeah, in the comics they're
Right.
trying to do more for the mutants
They're
now.
trying to be more
mindful and everything.
Woke.
more Justice League,
More
you know-
Marvel woke.
not woke.
Marvel woke. We got a lot of
I
that.
don't want to see all these mutants around here.
Yeah, so
I
that's
don't want to see a mutant in everything I watch.
They call them muties. I hate the fucking slur for it.
They call them what?
muties.
Muties?
sounds
Yeah.
like the little cuties.
Fucking mutie.
My daughter ain't marrying no
No
mutie.
just like a dude that can't talk. The person that can't talk.
Steve, get in the
Mutie,
truck.
Get this mutie out of here.
Let's go get him.
Oh man.
Logan, get out here.
Logan, that's an actual mutant.
Put a burning
Wolverine.
X in his front yard.
Oh,
They dress in X-Men. They dress in fucking Iron Man hoods.
Oh my
Dog.
god.
oh.
Bro. yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do a fucking Remember the Titans with mutants.
What happens? They go to burn
You're
across
my
now.
brother.
Just falls over.
We're brother.
Right.
Can't you
Brother.
tell, man?
So
the
remember
fucking,
the
have the
beast-
fucking lizard from X-Men 96
Right. Or have Beast
and Robin.
Did you say Robin?
They're fucking
Yeah, it's DC.
What nine?
Which they've actually done a crossover, Titans and the X-Men. That was one of the first major Marvel DC crossovers. Huge.
That's like
So
that's the comic book equivalent of when Bloods and Crips like tie their flags together.
they've done a few.
Wait, what?
Hey, they
That's
did.
the comic book equivalent. Like, you know, like in the Kendrick Lamar videos, the Bloods and the Crips came out. They were like, yeah, oh my God, Kendrick United Compton.
Hey, the 90s
Over a
did
Canadian.
That. The 90s did it with Marvel and DC, man. The amalgam. I don't know how to say the name, but they combined all of their characters together. You had Ghost Rider and fucking Etrigan and Flash. His name is Speed Demon. You had Superboy and Spider-Man named Spider-Boy. You had a lot. Wolverine and Batman, Dark Claw. Some shit.
Fucking lit.
You know, speaking, I'm only saying this, and then we get to Matt.
Yeah.
But I'm only saying this because you just said
I'm here too.
Ghost Rider. That's how the mutants feel.
Just a freaking mutie, dude.
That's how the mutants felt when they did the crossover.
Yeah.
Like, what about us? Get back in your cage.
Right.
But anyway, sorry. I'm taking the mutant racism.
Yeah, you're
Euphemism
it's your
is
time
real,
to
ain't it?
shine.
It is real.
There's a
is
certain
real.
part of you shining right now. Certain part. We won't say what it is.
White.
Please stop.
Oh God.
Hey,
Oh,
this,
my
is,
goodness.
Kanye.
this is why the KKK hates race mixing. It gets very confusing. You know who else hates race mixing?
What did you have to say?
Uh,
Yeah, like what is happening? Yeah.
Who else hates race mixing?
I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to say here.
the heroes in the MCU.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I don't want no mutie around me.
They got one in them now.
Okay. Did you just touch my foot?
I did. Sorry.
It's been a rough 24 hours for me. Ghost Rider. You said that thing about Ghost Rider like a few episodes ago.
Mhm.
And if I was to have a superpower, I would want that superpower.
Pen and stare.
Yes.
What?
Oh my God.
That
bro.
looks like the most painful power to
Yeah,
ever
I was
have.
watching the
Doesn't hurt.
transformation sequence for
It
Ghost
doesn't
Rider. That shit looks terrible.
I think
It
he just
doesn't
wants
hurt.
the stare.
No, it doesn't hurt him. I like the idea of a superpower that makes. I like it. Could be pen and stare. It could be
you just want
it
to
would-
glare at someone.
no,
you drew it.
No, it could be full counter from fucking
Seven Deadly Sins.
Seven Deadly Sins. And I like the idea of a power where like you can make someone feel what they did
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Like-
Okay, gotcha. No,
like-
yeah, I got it.
because
I do like that.
there's a lot of people that would not. I like.
Fun fact: Ghost Rider can't do a pen and stare on the Punisher because he doesn't feel bad for anything he's done.
Wow.
So it doesn't work. Null and void, baby.
Why did he try to
doesn't
kill the
care.
Punisher?
Can't wait to watch dude.
Everyone tries to kill the Punisher. He's a dick.
Hey, he fucked my man's wife from The Walking Dead, so he deserves it.
Rick.
That was his
Lorenthal. Yeah. But anyway, Matt, what are your crossovers?
My crossovers, what we got here? I got Godzilla and Power Rangers. So it's
That's
Really?
a comic book.
That is a comic.
It is?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
That's
I
cool
got it
as
upstairs.
fuck.
Anything
What?
can be a
Alright.
comic book.
Oh
bro.
yeah. Anything.
Yeah, no, 100%. But Godzilla and Power Rangers because big mech, giant monster, cool. The Boys and Invincible. I feel like that's a very
Ooh.
like obvious one. But that is
Yeah.
one that like could work easily. It's just take the same shit. Literally
Mortal
replace.
Kombat 1.
Oh, yeah.
Omni-Man and Home.
We saw that at the same time.
It
We're
was a spider.
sisters.
Oh,
Oh, I saw that earlier,
I'm-
but I didn't want to do anything.
Omni-Man and
Okay, what
Homelander
the
are
fuck?
in the game together.
I guess I'm the mutant here.
Yeah, you are. Are you
I wanted to
Spider-Man
see
now?
if you would
I'm the
turn into
mutie.
one.
Omni-Man and Homelander are in Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, they are. Duh.
They
Yeah.
have voice lines like at each other saying like,
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Who would win that fight?
Omni-Man.
Let's not have this.
All right,
discussion.
Omni-Man would win.
It's Omni-Man. It's
Omni-Man.
easily
Omni-Man.
no
Well,
doubt.
Yeah, Omni-Man
Yeah,
is an alien.
fucking
so never
Homelander
mind.
was
Yeah.
getting his ass handed to him by what's her face in The Boys season 3. So
yeah.
Because
That's
Omni-Man, I
Maeve.
said this in the Omni-Man can't fight. He's just strong.
Homelander.
Homelander, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
Homelander
yeah,
can't
yeah,
fight.
yeah.
He's just strong. Like
Yeah.
Omni-Man knows actual martial arts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He can actually fight.
That thing that's like the line he says in Mortal Kombat where he's like, "Oh, you think you're the top?" Like Homelander's like, "Oh, you think you're the top? I'm gonna show you I'm the real star." And he's like, "You're actually about to fight somebody." For
Yeah,
once.
yeah,
And
but
then-
also-
Right,
that,
he's I'm about to beat
like,
your fucking ass.
Omni-Man's race is used to killing each other,
it's
and
literally-
whoever
yeah.
survives is at the top.
That fight was
Homelander
fucking
only
crazy.
fought like one person on his level, and he's like, as soon as he's Omni-Man's like, I'm used to this. This is regular shit. I'm going to shit in your mouth now. Give me 2 seconds.
That fucking
So-
move that he does in Mortal Kombat, which I haven't played, I've only seen like gameplay footage of it, but where he like flies through the person,
yeah,
that's fucking
Omni-Man?
wild. That's Omni-Man, isn't it?
yeah. Well, no, wait,
They
no.
both flight.
I think it is. It
No,
could
like,
be
they-
either or.
They like fly through them and like they
That's the
disintegrate.
finisher. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh yeah, that's Omni-Man.
yeah.
Omni-Man could like, it's called Blitz, and he just like, cause like he could do it as like a shield thing. It's armored. I'm sorry, it's armored. So he'll just like stand there and do like a rush at you, and then it'll just take you down. But as a finisher, he'll fucking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a solid way
Yeah.
to die though. You know?
Yep. And that's what Omni-Man can do.
Yeah, I'd rather be painless like that. If I see Omni-Man, he's gonna kill me. Just do that shit. Please don't make me.
Yeah,
pull out my spine
Omni-Man.
and make me
Exactly.
feel
There's a
shit.
difference between like pent up rage of like being autistic and not knowing how to use your emotions and going uncontrolled.
Honestly,
And then
no.
there's like
You talking about my ex-girlfriend?
Right. Destroy us all.
Sign her.
Destroy
onto
us
that one.
all.
And then
Destroy
the
us
other
all.
one is literally a trained born alien killer. Like
Yeah.
And my last crossover
Wait,
would be
you called. I just realized you called Homelander autistic.
he is very
Yeah, he is.
very
My
much
pubes
very
white.
much the
My pubes
milk.
white.
All
Oh my
right.
god, give me milk. Give me mommy's milk.
That was gross. Fucking disgusting.
Last one, which
Hilarious.
this was actually
fucking hilarious.
teased. I think I sent this. This was teased that it might actually happen. It's Always Sunny in Abbott Elementary.
Yo,
Oh,
fucking hilarious.
Why?
That
whoa.
one would be
Wild.
Actually, whoa.
Yeah,
that
so-
would be wild.
Wow.
Have you guys watched Abbott?
Yeah,
I've seen-
I've seen the clips and I love them.
Oh, I
love
You
Abbott
gotta watch
Elementary.
it. You
I'm
gotta
gonna
watch
start the
it.
show
It's
eventually, yeah.
fucking phenomenal.
It's a good show.
And so Abbott, the main creator or the lady, I can't remember what her name is, but
Quinta Bronson.
yes, it was about a month or two ago. She said we're getting ready for a crossover. Like she either tweeted it or something. And a month before that, or 2 months before that, Rob posted a picture of her on set saying, "Oh, look who's here," just like because they're friends. And then after she posted that, somebody replied with that post in that, and then Rob quoted that with like eye emojis. So it's Always Sunny in Abbott Elementary. I mean, I'm probably the biggest It's Always Sunny fan I know personally. That is my favorite like live action show of all time, just because so much I can go on. I just want to see them interact with anything, anybody, do some shit because they are so fucking wild and weird, but hilarious because they have a chemistry.
Yeah.
They're literally there to be like, let's just be naturally funny. Let's have a chemistry going on. Let's have a vibe. Let's get what's going on. And then if they can't get what your vibe is, like if you can't get on the same vibe, they know how to run off of that to be funny. Like there's an episode in It's Always Sunny. It's the boxing episode where Frank is like teaching Dee to train to defend herself, and that's when Dee starts doing steroids. And then there's a part where Frank's old boxing guy, old dude, is there, and he's like, "Oh, hey, you remember the old times when I beat your ass?" and pretty much made him feel like a dick. Apparently, on set, that other old guy, they couldn't tell if he was actually an asshole or not because that's how they would talk to like Frank or Danny DeVito, and that guy would talk to each other off camera. So they're just like, that guy, we just got him on. We didn't really talk to him too much. We didn't vibe, but like that was the point, like that, because he was funny. We needed that. We wanted him to feel like a natural asshole.
Yeah.
We didn't know, and so I think like It's Always Sunny on any TV show, any interacting with anybody would be hilarious because their characters are meant to be like completely brain dead of how to interact socially. Like they have no social cues whatsoever.
Because you want to put them in the setting where they talk to children.
It's chill. So
I mean,
much.
there's an episode where they beat the shit out of children.
Oh, I mean, dude, there's so just the setting because Abbott is like you could see that as the like a progressive show, like a quote unquote woke show in the
they
best
both
way.
take place in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
hmm And then like when you look at the Abbott, like of course they have a gay character in it. They have it's predominantly black in the area, of course, that they're going for. They go through all the stuff of people having like sex lives in terms of like prostitution, only. They go through all this stuff of saying, hey, anything's acceptable. It's Always Sunny. Their jokes is they go through everything and they are like very confused and scared of it. So the thought
So
of
good
them
at it.
being like in an area where there's a gay guy, predominantly black, it's just it's funny
Yeah.
ignorance. Like it's
Yeah.
just like that would be a perfect chemistry for them to just melt down. Because I'm not trying like if I see The Office in a Parks and Rec like crossover, I'm trying to see the goofy shenanigans of what they usually get into. Abbott Elementary, their normal conflicts are just like their personalities bouncing off of each other, and they're just like, they're all functional normal people. They all have their weird tics. So like to see somebody completely that throws off the whole mojo to where you're generally not going, like that's just something that I would personally love to see.
I actually think like when you were saying that it wouldn't work, but I like the idea of it. New Girl and Always Sunny would be funny.
That'd
But-
be,
that would
that'd be
work.
insane.
That
it wouldn't work because New Girl is a very toned down. It's the subject matter is similar, but they don't cuss. They don't fucking talk about race in a serious way. They don't like do anything like it's
That
like a
Schmidt
very
and fucking Winston
yeah.
episode.
Oh, to get
It's
cracked.
yeah. It's a very like
It's like I just happen
This might
to have
not
three
be a
friends who are
good
white.
way to explain it, but it's not like slapstick humor.
yeah. It's
Where
like
it feels more like a joke that you can go on stage, while It's Always Sunny is
yeah.
mostly improv. Like they're
I-
just like whatever goes. together.
Oddly, I think Always Sunny would do well with Arrested Development.
Ooh, yeah.
I think
yes.
yeah. I
yes.
think because Arrested
That's right.
Development
That would-
has
Similar.
the potential to be edgy like that, but it's just Jason Bateman. You know how Jason Bateman acts. Michael Cera. We all know how Michael Cera is. That's how he's been. Like he started off in that at like the age of like 14 or some shit like that, and just awkward boy. And then we got Will Arnett in there, who's Will Arnett.
Yeah, that would
Will Arnett with Charlie Day would be a phenomenal because Will Arnett is a fucking idiot as Job.
Oh, I was thinking of
fucking
Community
idiot.
for a minute, like Community mixed with It's Always Sunny, and then have like Donald Glover's character with Charlie. Oh man,
That would be funny. Oh, you got Donald Glover and Abed. Troy and Abed with
yeah.
Charlie Day would
Yes.
be great.
Woo.
But I just think they would do well. And unfortunately, we've lost the great Lucille. I forget what her actual name is, but Lucille, the mother, she passed away some years
yeah,
ago
yeah.
from Arrested Development. Rest in peace to that queen. But I mean, her and fucking Danny DeVito's character, it was just, like the whole thing would be phenomenal because I think they would. When you're looking for a crossover, you're looking for personalities that are going to vibe well together.
100%.
And I think watch Arrested Development season 1 through 3. Do not watch 4 and 5. That's when Netflix picked it up and there was that cash grab shit. But 1 through 3, phenomenal. Like 3, they knew they were getting canceled, and they pointed it out as many times as they could in fucking episodes that they were getting canceled. But Arrested Development 1 through 3, phenomenal.
You know
I think
what?
that is the best television I've ever seen
I
in my
think
life.
what would all my friends that have watched Arrested Development also say it's like top
There's
tier,
literally
top tier
like
shit.
it was a little bit edgier for that time. Like I think Tobias makes fun of Jason Bateman's character's wife being dead. Like he was trying to give them advice, Tobias and his wife advice, which is Jason Bateman's sister on the show. And he's like, this, and he's like, oh, that's rich coming from you. I forgot your wife's dead. And he's like,
Yeah,
sitting
that's-
there,
that's
and he's
literally
like,
the shit.
my bad. I'm just gonna. They have very like
Perfect.
He says like gay shit all the time.
Like Antonio.
when he drew himself, or not drew, he colored himself blue. He goes,
Like
I
a
blew
mutant.
myself.
Oh,
And
I
like
know
he
that-
says
oh my
shit like
God.
that. Like
That
their
is
humor is
perfect.
very dry.
I blew myself several times.
Exactly. Except a little different on his end than Tobias's end. And he's like, he has a business card. Very funny. He's an analyst and a therapist, but he put the business card together.
Oh no.
So
Anal therapist.
there,
Anal
there isn't
Analyst.
there. It's
Anal rapist.
Oh no!
and he's passing that business card out to people,
They
bro.
literally
And
have
it's- so
that
it's
same
like-
joke in It's Sunny.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that those two shows would vibe so fucking
That's
well
a really
together.
great one.
Yeah.
So well.
Two
In
of them
terms of
this
being on the same
episode.
edgy vibe, I would say Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Ooh, yeah.
That would be a good one this Sunny.
Curb Your Enthusiasm has an episode with Michael J. Fox.
Oh, yeah.
And that shit fucking killed me because the whole episode with Michael J. Fox and Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry David sees Michael J. Fox and he thinks he's waving at him, but it's just his Parkinson's.
Oh,
So
shit.
the whole episode he's like feeling bad, and then at the end you find out Michael J. Fox was fucking with him the whole time. He does have Parkinson's, but he
Yeah,
uses
he's
it to
actually
fuck
good,
with Larry
yeah.
David the whole episode. I have a skit for that. But anyway,
Anyways, yeah, that's my crossover.
yeah.
I've got one.
Yeah, what's
Ooh.
yours?
All right.
Okay. I think probably
So
that's gonna have to.
Miles from the Spider-Verse series and the Seth Rogen TMNT.
Okay, so you want the
Oh.
Spider?
Oh,
that'd be funny.
So Miles
Damn,
Morales
that was
Spider-Man
good.
crossover with the TMNT Seth Rogen's. I do like that. They're around the same age range too,
Yeah.
so that actually is perfect.
I'm sure they.
They
would.
could
Same
go to
hood.
high school with him.
Yeah,
could.
they could have. They could like
No,
do
they're
it
not
in
that
between one.
Donnie
And,
is,
they
right?
could have it in the time period between 1 and 2 of the Spider-Verse, and he would still be in
Good
high school.
crossover,
Yeah.
solid crossover,
That's-
and the
that's really
animation
good,
style. I mean, you can do any animation.
Similar
style.
animation style too.
Yeah.
Before we get to layers, do you think? Could you imagine? I don't know if it's ever happened. Something doing a crossover and it works so well that that's it for like that's how it just goes on. Like
Timmy
small
Power.
examples I can think of would be like superheroes. Like oh, this guy was meant for this one and this guy was meant for
Like
that one.
Storm
It works.
constantly being part of the Avengers type
Well, I-
energy.
I think
Yeah,
actually the
or
best
like-
would be Batman and Superman, to
All
where
right.
they were their own separate things, and then they became the world's finest, and which has been
And that's
an
a ongoing
ongoing
comic
thing
book.
for years. Yeah,
Yeah, all right, that's
So,
a good example.
Like
Like, that
that's
would be
their own.
perfect.
They have their own. That's their own franchise. It's just Batman, Superman together doing shit. So
all right, that is probably
So,
the
yeah.
best example.
yeah. Also, one of the best comic books out right now. So there you go.
Spider-Man and Attack on Titan.
That's an actual thing.
Yeah,
I know, but that would be a good
Is it really?
crossover.
Yeah, it's a manga. And did they do a comic book version of it? Okay, I can't
saw
remember.
was-
There's a manga version too,
how?
but that might be Avengers.
They do this.
That's
They
what it was. It was
they do
Avengers, Attack on
technically
Titan.
do
That's
like
what I
a
did.
similar thing. Like they're both swinging from fucking
Yeah.
vines and shit,
Did you say
attacking
Vines?
whatever the fuck. Tarzan, Tarzan and Attack on
Tarzan and Attack on Titan.
All right,
All right,
clear.
Lear, what's yours?
Real quick, I wanted to say, like, with that Will Arnett and Jesse Bateman thing, they just got a $100 million bag from Sirius XM
God
to do their
damn.
smartless shit.
Nice. Their
Yeah.
I hear
podcast
that's
is
great.
one of my favorites.
No, that shit is
Friends
hilarious.
TV said
because
it's
they
phenomenal.
the fact that they all pick out a secret guest and the other two don't know until they're on is always so much fun.
I gotta
It's
watch more.
so much
That's
fun.
smart, actually.
But
Oh my God,
I got two crossover events. So I got first one, I got Walking Dead and Breaking Bad. They actually have like a few Easter eggs in there. That's
I was about
like
to say Breaking Bad and Ozark.
if if you watch the second season of Walking Dead, I think Daryl used some of the he had a bag of the blue meth that Jesse and Walt were making.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Well, he said that he got the meth from a dude out in like Albuquerque. Where
Oh wow.
what's it called was that? So I mean, it could have happened. And video game shit. I got the new God of War and Wokon dude. They're both
Yeah.
strong as fuck. Basically,
said
God.
God.
Gods,
and
yeah,
what?
God.
Wukong?
Wukong.
Wukong.
Oh, Wukong.
Yeah,
Okay.
Wukong. They're
Yeah,
both
we do.
strong as
Oh
shit.
man, video games. Whew, I would have to take a minute.
Yeah, video games is a whole different episode.
Yeah, that's a great
How
one.
much time we got left? I want to talk about the Terminator real quick.
We're at almost at 1:30.
All right.
Yeah.
Terminator 0 dropped on
What the fuck?
Forgot about that.
He said- All right, yeah, go ahead.
No, you.
Terminator 0 dropped on Netflix. And honestly, man, that shit might be the best thing that happened to Terminator since the second Terminator movie.
I hear it's
It's been a lot of Terminator shit that's been ass. It's been I like Salvation, but that was like fucking 15 years ago. But no, it was really good. It was a lot of the story was a little shaky, but they incorporated a lot from 1 and 2 Terminator, but it's kind of refreshing for the
Wait,
franchise.
do you know where it takes
It took place in Tokyo.
No, I mean my bad. In the timeline of
The
the movie.
timeline, it's a whole new timeline. It's a different timeline
Universe?
because it's like because
Okay.
it's kind of like
Gotcha.
Skynet was about to go online, so somebody invented something to try to stop Skynet. But then in their future, Skynet and this thing that they invented started working together. So they sent somebody back to try to stop Skynet again. But yeah, it was a little different. Story was a little at the end, and it's only 8 episodes, so yeah, I liked it. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
All right,
That'd be a
good
good
review.
Here's quick licks.
Good review. Our last topic is shows that we thought ended too soon, but we could just, name our number one. I only have one. I only have one.
I got a couple, but it's one that I really wanted to get
A
into.
rant.
Yeah, I have a big.
So
one.
we'll let Antonio go last.
Okay. Because mine's all right. All right.
Do you
all
have a
right.
rant too?
I don't know if it will go in a rant. It's a bit. I'm very passionate about it.
Okay.
Well,
I'll go
let's see.
first then. I'll go
All right,
first.
you go first.
I'll go first. Mine's pretty simple. Schitt's Creek.
All right.
Really good show. Schitt's Creek. So I think only 4 or 5 seasons. It's fucking hilarious. It's about a rich family who got fucked over, lost all their money, and they had to go live in a motel that they accidentally bought as a joke because it was in a town called Schitt's Creek. So they bought it and then they had to go live there.
Is it a comedy show?
It is.
I've definitely heard.
It's
of it.
by
The
Dan
dad from
Levi
American
and
Pie.
Eugene Levi.
Oh,
They wrote it together
those are the.
from
It's an Oscars too.
from
What is it?
American Pie. The dad from American Pie.
Oh shit!
Yeah, him and
okay.
his son wrote
Oh.
the show together. It's hilarious. They have the mom from Home Alone. She's in there. They had to beg her to be.
So
in
would
it,
you
too.
say that it ended too soon, as in you want more, or just ended too soon, where it's like there's no conclusion?
No, there's a conclusion, but I think they kind of rushed the conclusion.
Okay. Gotcha.
I think we could have got more out of it.
Okay.
And it was excellent. I mean, it did everything in that show so well. The character development was A1. So yeah,
So does it get like serious about stuff?
yeah.
Okay.
It gets very serious about stuff.
Oh, okay. Is it
Like
not just straight
David,
comedy?
the main character, Dan, in real life, he is. What's the sexuality where you're down for anything as long as
Poly.
Pan? He's Pan, so he has sex with this girl, and
Gay.
she's confused. She goes, "I thought you were gay," and then he was like,
Sometimes I like red wine.
"Sometimes,
I like white wine.
yes,
Sometimes I like white wine that thinks it's a rosé.
yes." So he
It
explains.
doesn't matter about the wine. It doesn't matter about the flavor.
Mhm.
I just like the wine.
Yes, he explains it very well
That-
in a way
that's actually a
that
good way to put
makes alcoholics understand it.
Yeah.
And so it's very good. It's very good. It's fantastic. There's just
I love
fucking what's her name? What's the
Laura.
sister?
sister.
I forget her name. Her character development is so good
Yeah.
because she's a stuck up, just uses
Rich girl.
everybody, rich girl.
So she's-
your typical platinum blonde.
Never
just
seen
dick.
Schitt's Creek?
No,
So
I've
good.
I know like
Oh,
in
so
terms
good.
of it being legendary.
She's
Like, I
so
know
good. It's one
She
of the best
starts
comedies
off
of our
being
generation.
one of the most selfish characters in the show, and then ends up being one of the
most
most
selfless.
selfless.
Wow. Nice. Okay.
And it's
Ew,
just
David.
great. Oh my god! There's my manager's name is David, and there's a sticker in his office that says "You, David." He still doesn't know it's there. But yeah, that's it for me.
I like that a lot. For me, I'll just go down the list. Mob Psycho. Not because I think that it didn't conclude good. It's just I wanted more. It's
Selfish
like
reasons.
exactly. It's
It's
like
okay.
the
Hey.
way it ends at a peak. Like it ends where I'm like, wow, this is the best, and I just want more.
Yeah.
Ozark. Now Ozark is one that for me, the way that it ends didn't satisfy me. So I think it ended too soon. Where I'm like,
See, I think that ended perfectly because that's how it ends in real life. That
No, it
family got away, dude. That family's always gonna get away. That
all right,
family.
no. See, all right. So I tried doing this with The Boys, why I didn't really like season 2 or 1, but since I didn't see it in a while, I couldn't nail down the reasons. When Ozark ended, I remember there was at least 3 or 4, not necessarily loose ends, but things where I'm like, but I'd still know like more. Like one, it was the dude, like the investigator. What did he just stop? What happened? What?
Thought they killed him.
You talking about Petty? They killed Petty.
Yeah, they killed him.
Petty died by
The
he
other
was one of the
investigator got
investigators.
killed too at the end.
Yeah.
Is that the last one, the very, very end?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so now,
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
so that's
Jonah killed him.
after he died. Now it's like, I just, all right, I there's so much more. I was like, oh, not, you're still in the shits. Like, that was my thing where it's like, you guys didn't resolve this. You are still like, they're not safe.
Yeah, but the
Like,
story that we were focused on ended. That was it.
But what happened with the? I mean, I understand
guess-
it because like,
I
what's it
understand.
called? Died in the cartel and everything. So the
Yeah.
cartel just let that go.
See, that's where I guess my expectations where I got disappointed. Whereas when they went to the cartel and they were doing their things, I was getting excited. I was like, it was giving me Breaking Bad moments where Walt was starting to get actually up there. Like, he was actually starting to be like on top. And so when I was seeing Marty and like his wife like manipulating their way to get to the top, I was like, okay, let's see where they go. Shit got messy. And then the investigator guy was getting kind of close. Again, foggy memory. The way that Beth, the skinny white girl, is that her name? Beth? The way that what's her name? Ruth. Yes,
yeah.
Ruth. The way she died, I actually like. I was like, that's a good ending. It sucked, but like it was like, all right,
Yeah.
she's ending. But the family, was just like, you guys are still in it, and I didn't see them get to the top. Like, they didn't get to the top. I wanted to either see them ended as like, oh, we're kingpins type shit, or getting killed,
Well, they kind
or
of were
breaking
kingpins.
up, or
they were,
getting
they were kind of
arrested.
They
kingpins
kinda
in like
got
the
up.
pharmaceutical aspect because they were trying to get as much pharma drugs as they could get, and they got to the top. They blackmailed the girl
yeah, I
and
forgot
everything.
They
about
got
that
exactly
shit.
where they
Yeah.
wanted to go. Yeah.
They honestly
And then
were
the purpose
higher
was
than the
for them.
cartel.
Yeah. So yeah. Next,
For me, I just wanted.
I didn't
more.
really like the ending anyway that much either.
Yeah, it was.
And
It was,
Ozark was
definitely-
really
it was
good.
not a bad ending, like at all. It's not one of those things where I think it ruins it. Still go watch Ozark, one of my favorite shows. Just I think I need more. Teen Titans cartoon for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
The Demon Slayer manga, that is just for personal reasons. Just one more. Jujutsu Kaisen,
Just disappointment. Let's just move on from that. Just disappointment.
Game of Thrones,
Just disappointment. Just disappointment.
Steven Universe. Now this is an interesting one because the ending is phenomenal. It's great, spectacular. But I'm not sure if you are aware, Antonio. But the ending actually was pushed because they were going to cancel. Steven Universe got canceled, so they're like, all right, we just gotta end this. We
Gay
just gotta end
people.
it.
They hate gay
Pretty
people
much. And
so
so
much.
when they ended it, it was phenomenal, spectacular, one of the best endings of anything ever. But ended too soon. Big one, Infinity Train. I don't know if has anybody heard of Infinity
I've
Train?
heard of it. I didn't watch
It's a
it.
cartoon. It was on Cartoon Network. It was made by the same dude that made Regular Show. It was during the time when Cartoon Network was doing this program where you can make a pilot of a cartoon. They'll put the pilot on their YouTube channel, and depending on how good it does, they'll make it a show. Infinity Train did that. It blew up. He made it a show. Long story short, it's about a kid who has like issues at home with her parents going on with divorce. And she wants to go to this camp, but they're not going to let her go to this camp because they're getting a divorce. So like somebody can't drive her, blah, 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 blah. So she like wants to run away, sees this giant train, gets on the train. So now she's stuck in this big, like huge other world of a train. All the carts are different. And as she goes on, she has this number on her hand that has to keep going down. Starting to sound familiar, or
It's 1942 Germany.
no, not that. No, a little bit different.
Trains and numbers.
How you know the date by heart?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, all right.
The German.
It's so. Before I go on a big rant, it was a whole it's a whole therapy thing, because what she's supposed to do to get the number down is she's supposed to learn lessons of like selflessness and going through divorce, because there's this like demon thing chasing her on the train because she's not supposed to be there, and what it does is it.
No muties on the train.
no muties on the train.
It pushes her, like showing her parents getting divorced. And it's actually an interesting thing is they mentioned in the show, they say they're getting a divorce. Owen Daniels, the creator, was like to Cartoon Network was like, I'm like, do I not use divorce because that's a touchy topic? And they were like, nope, use it. We want the kids to know what the fuck she's going through. So I was like, near the last few episodes are such the most emotions I've ever seen in any cartoon ever. It made me fucking cry. It's same with character development. It's only 8 episodes. So there's 3 seasons, 8 episodes each season, 10 minutes every episode. So it's literally you could get through. First season's about the girl. She goes on the train, gets off it. She meets the conductor of the train, which is the person that made the train, and she made it. Actually, you learn this in the second season. So each season's like an anthology. Second season is actually about a mirror version of that one girl that she saved from another car in the first season. So now it's following that girl trying to just have her own life. She wants to have her own life because she was in the mirror dimension her whole life. So in this thing, she like cuts off her hair, so she's bald. She's putting on like a tank top and like being like broody and tough and like wanting to fight. And then the mirror police, they're like these big detectives, dude. They're like Terminators, are trying to get her the whole time. She finds a new person on the train, which is because humans just go on the train to go through trauma. And she's obviously not a person on the train, so she doesn't have a number. So she finds this dude who does have a number. They go on. They're like, I'm not a real person. Like, I got to stay here. He's like, no, you got to come back with me. Blah, blah, blah. I've solved my trauma. Takes her back. Super emotional. There's a really fucked up part in that where one of those dudes chasing her, she wrapped him around like a rope, threw him off the train, and pushed his face into the wheel.
Jesus
It
Christ.
got really like dark.
Cartoon Network.
And then the third season
I'm scared.
was another anthology of those like a group of kids that live on the train because they don't know how to get out. So they create their own little civilization. Like they're in a mall train and they just create their own civilization and go around fucking stuff up. And like the two people like that started the whole thing. There's a guy and a girl. They find a little girl that's part of the train that has a gorilla friend, and they're part of the train. They're not real people. They're part of the train. So as they're going on, the two people are like, they're not real. They're just part of the train. Like, fuck them. Like, we're not. Well, the guy was saying that to the girl, and the girl's like, oh, maybe I like them. Guy ends up like killing the gorilla, gets really sad, blah, blah, blah. And the fourth season, which I forgot there was a fourth season, was actually about a gay couple, two dudes that got stuck on the train. It's not official gay. They didn't say they were gay, but it's very obvious.
Official gay, but we
Pretty
can
gay.
tell.
And then after that season, it just got canceled because apparently it wasn't making enough money. It wasn't popular enough. And then fucking Cartoon Network has the audacity to, in their 25th anniversaries post that they've been posting all this year and last year, they've been including fuck, I already forgot her name. The main girl in the first one. They've been posting her and showing her everywhere and saying, the Cartoon Network, yeah, all of our great shows, and showing her everywhere. And fucking bring it back then. Why would you cancel this and like try to push it off and be like, we're not even going to fund this, and then celebrate it because now it's loved online. Now it's finding a new following instead of renewing it.
Money.
It's like,
Matt, money.
and that's the show that it would be my favorite cartoon of all time, like no doubt. But because it ended like that, because I'm not going to get too far into it of the little shit. You guys watch Gravity Falls?
Yeah.
Do you guys know how deep it gets?
Yeah.
That's how it was in Infinity Train. Like every single season was an anthology, but that conductor,
Yeah.
she was in it every single season explaining more and more and more of the lore. Pretty much by as far as we got, as we know, is she created the train. One, which is the robot of the whole train, was created after her husband died, and she wanted a world where he could be alive in, but he has to have control over it, and she created that. And that's it gets crazy, and it's like we don't know. We'll never get to the conclusion of it.
Mike, do you have one before Antonio?